So today we will cover 3 to 4 topics, 3 topics actually, which we have left. So after completing that, we will start hoops. पहले तो there are things. Okay. So have you have any doubt on Tinker? Have you done that project in Tinker? Tic Tac Toe. Now file handling is completed. File handling may I told you how to read the file with open and normal, how to open a file, different type of things like appending, opening, writing. Okay. Now there are 2 more things are there. Okay. If you want, I'll just complete that and then we'll move on. Let me create one file. The screen is visible, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have seen the file handling. 2 things are left in file handling. Those small things. So suppose f equals to open. Open करना demo to open करना है. यहाँ पे if you want you can give how you want to open it. Suppose you want to read the file, write the file or something. But by default यहाँ पे T होता है. T मतलब text, ठीक है? और read the file. Basically, if I don't do this, it will read it. Also, मैं करूँ print f dot read line. देखो read line में क्या हुआ? There are 2 lines for testing purpose. So when I did read line, तो first वाला जो भी line था, it read. Now if I write f dot tell now, and what is this 21? It says where my f is like a pointer, ठीक है? कि वो हर एक character के ऊपर आएगा. Initially, I'll show you where it will be. पहले 0 में था. Then after that read line हुआ, तो एक line पढ़ा. Read lines means single line. It will read a single line. देखो यहाँ पे 21 characters will be there. This का 4, 5 the space is 2 कितना 7, 5 to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 और उसका next है 21. ठीक है? So basically after 21 characters पहले स्टार्टिंग में 0 था, इट read this, फिर उसके बाद it is in the 21th character. ठीक है, if I read the again read line, so here it shows 21, फिर again this is for testing purpose. Okay, now the read line means जो भी तुम्हारे फाइल में लाइन से होगा तो सिंगल लाइन इट विल रीड इट बाय यूजिंग रीड लाइन. ओके, clear? Now there is one more thing which is called read lines. ठीक है, read lines क्या करेगा? See now it shows it is empty. Why it shows empty? Because f क्या हुआ जब read line तो ये एक लाइन है, ये एक लाइन है, दिस इज माय पॉइंटर f. ठीक है, आई टोल्ड व्हाट इज टेल, मतलब टेल बताओ, मतलब इसका पॉइंटर बताओ, तो इट इज इन 0th पोजीशन. रीड लाइन किया तो इट रीड दिस लाइन. नाउ माय पॉइंटर इज हियर. ये लाइन पढ़ने के बाद नाउ माय पॉइंटर इज हियर एट 21 पोजीशन. यहाँ पे पूरा 20 कैरेक्टर्स खत्म हो गया. नाउ इफ आई डू रीड लाइन, यहाँ पे खत्म हो गया. नाउ माय पॉइंटर विल बी हियर. तो यहाँ पे देयर इज नो लाइन. सो व्हेन आई डू रीड लाइंस देयर इज नथिंग टू शो. तो यहाँ पे एम्प्टी आया. बट इफ आई जस्ट comment this out, so just comment this out. If I try to run this, see how it is coming. It is coming in list format. ठीक है, हर एक line it is in list, and here the list characters are also there. This you can remove it later, but this is how it works. Okay, ठीक है. So this is the left for file handling. Now there is one more topic. What topics is there? One is iterative and recursive. Recursive is very important. Okay? When you are writing a code, any code, you should know recursion. What is recursion? So recursion देखेंगे, then देखेंगे arcs, arcs and chords. This is also important. फिर देखेंगे decorative. Basically, I thought this to skip, but from the interview perspective, these are necessary because they ask what is the difference between arcs and chords. Give some examples of decorators. So I thought to include this also. Now, iterative. What is iterative? Suppose I want to definition. One more thing we can see this. How import works. Okay. Suppose one function is there, which will tell me the factorial. If I pass in factorial, the formula क्या है? How do we find factorial? Tell me. This is factorial. Factorial क्या है? Suppose 5 है. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it will go up to 1. What is happening? N. Here is n minus 1. here is n minus 2, n minus 3. इसको what you can write? You can write same like this. इसको you can write it like this. ठीक है, तो ये क्या होगा? 4 5 4 3 2 1. So same how you can write. You can start from 1 2 3 4 5 up to n. You can write like this 5 4 3 2 1. You can write like this also. ठीक है, ऐसा भी you can do. The result will be same. What we did, कि val equals to val for I in the range, val equals to val into I plus 1. So initially val will be 1, I plus 1 will be I0. ठीक है, ये 5 अगर सोचो, अगर this is 5, this is 5, so this is 5, so val equals to val plus 1, so I कितना होगा? 0, so this will be 1. Okay, this will be 1, sorry, this will be 0, no, this will be 1, I equals to 0 plus 1, 1, val equals to 1, so initially val का value कितना हुआ? 1, then val is 1, I equals to 1, I 1 plus 8 1 कितना? 2, 2 into 1, तो 2 आ गया. Then the val value is 2, or this is val is 2, and this is 2 into plus 3 3 into 6. ठीक है, I plus 1 3 हो गया, so val value is already 2, so 6 came. Then with the 6 as val, I value will increase, but this will be new val value. मतलब in iterative by using for loop, what we are doing, suppose 5 का factorial निकालना है, what we are doing, ये दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करो, whatever the result will be there. Then we have to discuss about factorial of a number. Yes, factorial of a number. मतलब I'm telling how to see. If I tell you to write a program to get a factorial of a number, so I think you can do it right now. How to do it? Okay. बस ठीक है, चलो पहले ये करो. Write a program to get a factorial of a number. कोई भी method. Can you do it now? Factorial मतलब if I pass any number, let's suppose I pass 6, so I should get 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 कितना होता है? 5 4 20 3 6 2 6 7 20. Whether if I pass 600 6 if I give 6, my answer I should get 720. Can you write this program? कैसे? Yes or no? ठीक है. Can you write it or not? Just say yes or no. अगर yes तो फिर move forward, और no तो फिर इसको पहले समझते हैं how to do it.
Sir, can you repeat?
Can you write a program to get a factorial of a number? For example, if I give my number as 6, I should get the answer as 720. If I give 5, I should get an answer of 120. So as a program, can you write it?
So can we write as fact function for that factorial? Sir, hello.
Say. देखो, simple question है. Simple है. question. Yeah. If I apply n, that's fine. I should get answer as 120. I'll get 5 into 4 into 2. Can you write this program? I and now. If no, I will explain. If yes, you can do, tell me. You can do it. You know the logic, you can implement it and you can do it. You can do it. Good. What about others? नहीं आता it's okay. देखो यार क्या करना है सिंपली जो n का वैल्यू रखो 5 एग्जांपल for I in range for I can write. What about the others? तो क्या ऐड कर सकते हो for I in range देखो इसको कैसे कर सकते हैं 5 फैक्टोरियल को फॉर्मूला क्या होता है n minus 1 n minus 2 so on up to 1 ठीक है ये फॉर्मूला for n factorial for finding n factorial okay now the same thing you can write it as इसको अगर तो let this is 5 for example suppose this is 5 factorial this will be 5 this you can write same as 1 ठीक है इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं so I'll write for I in range कहाँ से for I in range 5 ठीक है कितना चाहिए 5 means n initially I will start from 1 ठीक है so I'll write factorial value as fact equals to 1 now fact equals to factorial into I plus 1 why I plus 1 because I want to increase one number ना here let's say initially I will be having 1 ये 1 हो गया this will be 1 I plus 1 I का value कितना हो गया 0 initially 0 it starts from 0 we have seen in for loop 0 ठीक है 0 plus 1 1 so this fact value will become 1 this will not come here. I will put it here. So फिर ये क्या हो गया my fact value become 1 first iteration में what happened when I was 0 fact become 1 now I value is 1 what will be my fact value initially it was 1 I is also 1 ठीक है I is also 1 because you change 1 0 to 1 फिर I plus 1 2 2 into 1 2 so it was 2 then I का वैल्यू क्या हुआ 2 हुआ if I value was 2 I plus 1 3 previous fact value 2 3 into 2 6 ठीक है now I equals to 3 के बाद 4 3 now I value is 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Previous fact was 6. 6 4 is 24. Now I value becomes 4. If I becomes 4, this will be 5. I plus 1, 5. Total 5. 5 into 24, 120. 4 plus 5. Okay. So up to abhi I cannot increase 5 because the range is 1. Range is up to 5. So I will be stopped at I equals to 4. And what will be my final FSC fact value? 120. So what we are doing here? अगर इसको देखेंगे normal in iterative work, iterative, what we are doing initially 1 2 3 4 5 है. तो initially we are multiplying 1 2. ठीक है 1 2 को मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद क्या मिला 2. फिर इसको इससे करो क्या मिला 6. देन फिर इसको इससे करो क्या मिला 24. देन फिर इसको इससे करो. ठीक है. This is how we used to follow. This is called iterating. Iterating. The iterative मतलब क्या है? We say for loop is an iterative loop. Iterative loop means one after another, one after another, one after another. Means we are increasing one value. We are increasing one value, one value. Okay, so that's called an iteration. Guys, you understand the logic behind this the factorial behind the factorial finding factorial using iterative loop. Say yes or no? Sir, in line number 3, how is 0, 1 is 0? How is 0, 1 is 0? No, it is not 0. It is I'm telling this one now. It is I'm telling when I okay. Here I'm saying when I is 0, what is my FSC value? When I became 1, what is my FSC value? Okay. Now, recursive में क्या होता है? What is recursive? Recursive means calling itself. Okay, calling itself. I'll show you. Example. What is it? This is a small thing. See, the recursion spelling is correct. Okay. Even though if I click it here, it still comes. So the recursion is something like you call itself again and again. Here, Google plays a small, you say, it's kind of thing like it plays with itself. When you, it literally shows what is mean by recursion. Recursion means when you call when you call itself, it's called recursion. Okay. For example, I'll show you. Let's say let's create a function. Func. Okay. See, here I wrote a program and I got an error. Maximum recursion depth exceeded, lines repeated 996 times. So what I did here, I created one function. Okay? I created one function, and inside that function, I'm calling again that function. Okay? So what happens? Suppose I wrote this function. Here I wrote function. I called this function. The line in line 59, I wrote one function. I called that function func. When I called this function, it went inside 60. In 60, again I'm calling this function. So again it will go inside this function, and again it will call this function. So what is happening here? I called, let's say, I called Navjot. Okay. Then Navjot is calling me. Then again I'm calling him. Okay. So it's keep on going. So what happens? I first initially I called function. It went inside. It calls itself. Again it is calling itself. So it is going inside again and again and again and again. It's not stopping. Okay. Until and unless we don't give a condition, it doesn't stop. So it says recursion depth exceeded. So when a function call itself after we say it's a recursion. Okay. Suppose I wrote a function f fun, and here after writing something, I called again the function. So I'll say this is a recursive process because initially I called this function, and after and this function is calling itself again and again for doing some operation. So this is called recursion. Okay. Here we are not using for loop. See, here in for loop, what happens? We are giving, okay, itna times you have to run. Here you see, we are not using any for loop again and again, but we are going in loop. This is also a loop. Na? Recursion is also a loop. It's kind of loop. It's not a loop, but it's kind of loop because again and again it is doing the same thing. Whatever is inside the function, if I called again that function, again it is doing the same thing. Okay. Without using a for loop, I can execute the same thing again and again. See, the process of repetition, okay, the process of repetition is called recursion. Okay. For example, select function method. Okay. The function now. Left. Create one function. Let's say function का नाम ले लो game. यहाँ पे मैं बोलूँगा print I want to play game. Now, here what happened? Here I again call the same function. Now, बाहर में I'll write this. So suppose this is line number 1, 2, 3, 4. तो ये मेरा एक फंक्शन है. यहाँ पे what I did, I called this function. So ये normally it will go okay function के अंदर okay it will go to line number 1. It will say okay someone called me, so I should execute. So it went inside 1, printed I want to play game. But in line number 3 it says again someone is calling me. Inside function only, function के अंदर is someone is calling it. Okay, inside function, the function calls itself. Up to now we have seen you can write a function, you can write some function. Let's say you can write game pass. अब इसको कॉल करना है, कैसे कॉल करो? What if I don't want to call here? What if I call inside the function only? क्या होगा? Initially I will call the game. Game क्या करेगा? फिर खुद को कॉल करेगा. So it will keep on calling itself. ठीक है, वो गेम वापस उसको कॉल करेगा, फिर वो उसके अंदर आएगा, वो उसको कॉल करेगा. So ये never ending process. It's a never ending process. It will call him, it will call him, it will call him. See, we wrote a function only once. एक ही बार function लिखा, फिर क्या होगा? Game what here after coming here again the line number 3 will go to line number 1. Then again this will print. Then again it will come to game. Then again it will go. Then again it will go. Again it will go. Suppose I'll show you. It's a print. ठीक है. Why it is printing like this? क्योंकि एक बार तो फंक्शन नॉर्मल है, ठीक है. फर्स्ट दिस वाला क्या हुआ? नॉर्मल फर्स्ट टाइम आई प्रिंटेड जाके. सेकंड टाइम क्या हुआ? ये वाला फंक्शन दिस 59 दिस डेफ फंक्शन ही कॉल्ड हिमसेल्फ. ये खुद को कॉल किया. ही कॉल्ड हिमसेल्फ एंड प्रिंटेड 0. देन आफ्टर कॉलिंग इटसेल्फ, अब फंक्शन को कॉल किया तो उसके अंदर जो भी इट विल रन. देन गा प्रिंटेड, फिर उसके अंदर इट्स अगेन इट इज कॉलिंग इटसेल्फ. So it is keep on going. So this is the never ending. No, there is no stop. है ना? There is no stop. So my terminal recognizes there is no stop. So it will give me an error. Maximum. अब देखो maximum it is now get up. So by using this concept, people save lot of time. ठीक है? Instead of using for loop, or instead of using any loop, they use this. क्योंकि यहाँ पे कोई loop नहीं लग रहा है ना. Here we are not using any loop. See, इतना बार GA printed, okay, इतना बार GA printed, but here you see any loop required? No. Here we haven't required any loop, even though it printed itna times. So by using this concept, we can write one program. Let's say we write a program this type. Factorial. Because normally, you know, now let's write def. If n equals to 1, अगर किसी ने n पास किया तो रिटर्न equals to 1 or 0 factorial is also welcome. Else what should do? N into n minus 1. I'll explain this. What happened? Can somebody explain me? क्या हुआ? How does it happen? You are trying to do it. See, what I did initially, if n equals to 0 or n equals to 1, it will give 1. But what if n में क्या है? N cross recurse minus 1. Here the function will do. Again, I'll start because 1 minute with the meeting end हो जाएगा. Then you won't be able to understand. Let's start it again. Okay, join the meeting again.